depression, deeply pressed, oppressed by the emotions within, the conflict between experience and expectation. So you have faith that things supposed to go this way in a better direction. That is the expectation that you have, but your experience is in contradictions to the experience. Therefore, the emotions within you and your thoughts begin to press against each other. And that then, it is your spirit, your psychological, and your physicality in conflict in one moment. Because basically, if a human being is body, soul, and spirit, there are solutions of the spiritual problems. There are solutions of the psychological problems, which is the soul. And there are solutions of the physical problems, which is the body. The challenge is when some people try to spiritualize everything and try to delete other parts. Okay, there are times that solution can overlap where the spiritual can help with the physical, the psychological, but there are many times where they need to be separated. They need to be separated. Just as somebody will say, faith comes by hearing. That has to do with as well mostly with your psychological part of who you are, because when you hear, you convert that into a thinking process, and the thinking process begins to develop a certain emotions in you, which can be called conviction or belief system. So it's very important to be able to recognize that. Now, going through the pandemic and the COVID, a lot of our friends have lost it so much. Families are disrupted, interrupted, and so many things are happening to different people. So if you encounter a family member and a friend or somebody who is going through depression, it means they are deeply pressed, oppressed by certain between experience and expectation, and therefore there is a thinking and a psychological process happening in their mind that draws them into the dark pit. As they constantly think about this, what is not happening, what has happened, it drags them into the dark curves, and there they begin to battle from just thoughts becomes a stress, it becomes anxiety, and then develop into depression. Now, it's very imperative to be able to help people where there is a need, not just to spiritualize everything, and also not just to psychologically everything, or meaning, I don't know, throw everything into psychological basket, but to be able to diagnose what is a problem and what solution does it need. So you might be out there that you are deeply pressed and oppressed by emotions, contradiction between your expectations and your experience. It's my prayer and hope that you can pull yourself by finding someone who you can pour into, somebody who is a good listener, somebody who can encourage you. Go to a place where you can drink water of hope, water of faith, so that you can be able to refresh yourself. Some people would recommend listen to music that can be able to refresh you. Listen to messages. Go to people, friends that can be able to pull you out of the dungeon that is so dark. I feel many, especially men who are grown up in Africa, that they're not able to share their emotions. They're not able to be vulnerable. In this case, vulnerability becomes vital solution in order for you to get out of the pit. Vulnerable, share with somebody. If you have a wife, you have a girlfriend, and you have, my encouragement to you is Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Remain strong, remain in the faith, remain in the hope. Confide in somebody who will be able to guide you, to give you hope. For God says, I'll never leave you or forsake you. Also trust in God, and you will overcome. You will overcome. Be encouraged. Be encouraged. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning.